Okay.
Well, good morning, everybody. Hey, Bobby, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Ed.
Again, I don't want to get much into the numbers of what's going on in the market. We're just waiting as we are. I think myself personally, July and August, and then definitely in September, we're going to see some major changes. A little in July, a little bit more in August, but September, that's when they're going to show inflation so much lower. And I think by then, all these mortgage-backed securities that the FDC took over when they bought out, they'll all be resolved, and they'll be buying our mortgage-backed securities again and helping out with the rates. So
Gotcha.
Rates will improve, but don't wait, because that means everybody's coming out of the woodwork.
Yep. Yeah. I can say there's two different things that'll happen, right? Either rates are going to drop and everyone comes out, or I know they've also talked about doing the Dream for All and putting another $1 billion into it, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's all you're going to do is increase 20 offers on every property, and you're still going to be the same people who have money to get it. I mean, I understand it's a great program, but you want to help. I think we talked about it last week. The best way to help is to take something like that and give it to the builders to build. Yeah. They're evil corporations. The only way to make affordable housing is to make it more affordable to build the housing. Wow, there we go. I just came up with that. If it costs them, $100,000 to get started, plus this, and now that's why they can't build a $400,000 home. They're building 500 plus. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
What?
I was going to say that just getting rid of the regulation. I mean, government has, one role, and that's to govern effectively, and they've always done a terrible job at that. But especially with creating all the regulation and the permit fees, I mean, all they're doing is just taking more money out of our pockets. So get out of the way, let us build some homes, and you won't have a housing issue.
Well, it's fun. Yeah. When you say regulations, on Monday, I took a picture we didn't talk about it on Tuesday, but what they want. So in order for the debt ceiling to go through at the one time, what they want, their plan is to reduce the deficit by $3 trillion. You know how they're going to do that?
Oh, I don't know.
Cutting handouts to big pharma, $200 billion. Eliminate tax subsidies for oil and gas, $31 billion. Eliminate real estate loopholes. This is the big one, $19 billion. I'll keep going, but it's about currency, cryptocurrency trading, $24 billion. All these things are not going to happen. What I mean is, to crypto, people just stop trading it. They'll do something else. They'll go on the dark web. To raise the revenue, they're going to impose a billionaire minimum tax and that'll bring in $400 billion. Raise the top income tax rate, $200 billion. Tax stocks buyback. So when companies buy back their stock to make themselves stronger, they're going to start taxing them on that. That's $200 billion. Raise taxes on large corporations, $1.3 trillion.
So there was nothing in there about, hey, maybe we should go ahead and stop spending more money.
Two things, right? The real estate tax loopholes they want to get rid of. So that probably means 1031 exchanges are going away. Your $500,000, when your house appreciates you have up to $500,000, you don't have to pay capital gains on. Well, the new capital gain rates they want to put it at is 45%.
45, geez Louise.
Yeah. So that's under, and I don't want to get political, but under the BBB, the Build Back Better, which everybody called broke by Biden, they were trying to get that meant capital gains in California was going to be 44% at that time. So they're trying to do a roundabout by imposing what they were trying to do back then now. And the problem is, in California, so you bought your house for $200,000. It's now worth $800,000. You will have $100,000 that you got to pay $45,000 on. Oh, I can back it up. Back that way up. Back that truck way up. So I said it's all right. So if you bought it for $200,000 and you got your $500,000 thing, that's $700,000, and you sold it for $8,000. You pay $100,000. You pay $45,000, right? Which doesn't sound bad. If you're in the Bay Area, and you have your house, the average home is worth let's just say 1.2, 1.3, and you paid $300,000 for it so long ago. Now you got to pay 45% on $700,000.
Yeah. And
so people you think it's bad now with people not selling because the interest rates are so low. Wait till they can't sell their house because it's going to have to pay too much in capital gains.
Yeah. Yeah, don't even get me started, man.
I'm just saying that's the problem. Instead of cutting, we all want to see cutting. I like small government, get out of my way, go after people who actually, do law and order, do the real stuff, and go after anybody who hurts people, right? The problem is they want a government that can control everything and get money to get built bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't want that. I don't like that. That's really messes with everything.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Trust me, I agree, man. That it just infuriates me. It's like there should be no reason you're getting any kind of grift off my capital gains. That's my investment, right? But there's always someone with their hand out saying like, you owe us. It's like, explain to me. And you guys are they're the worst managers of money in the history of empires, right?
Well, I mean, look at the post office. It's losing money every year, and they got to keep throwing money at it because it's such a horrible thing. We need to privatize that. The VA system, privatize it. Just put insurance in place and certain things. And that's the problem. That's just me personally saying they need to get out of, that NIMBY, not my backyard. That's how I feel about the government. Get out of my backyard. Yeah. Because I don't know, this, but if you build a cover in your backyard, the city will have a drone come over and call you and say, hey, I see you put something in your backyard and we want to tax you on that now because it's attached. Yeah.
Case in point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think the only people to think that, especially like the California government is doing well, are the people that had their hands out.
Well, yeah, because the governor was just here recently looking at the solar stuff and everything else. Well, of course, because it's solar, the farm, and CEQA needs to go away so they can build better and other stuff. But everybody was out there. Oh, the governor's here. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's done good for some people.
Yeah, half the people, right?
Well, yeah. Well, we'll just move on.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to talk about something else.
What are we talking about today? What are we going to talk about? Not taxes and not what's happening with the government. What else?
No. So you asked if I had done any open houses, and I was telling you that I had one scheduled for this weekend. It wasn't a listing of mine, but I was going to hold it open with the other agent. And unfortunately, one of the sellers passed away.
Right. So it is two things you can't get away from: taxes and death.
Yeah. I guess we tied them together. Yeah. But the house was inherited, and so the two heirs, it wasn't in a trust, but the two heirs were going to list the property, or they did have it listed, right? And then one of them unfortunately passed away, so now it has to go to probate, and
So again, two things: have a trust, not just a will, because all a will does is tell the probate court what your wishes are. A trust keeps it out of them. But the issue with the trust is heirs could fight it still and take it to court, and people don't realize that.
Yeah.
Probate court, whatever they tell you, that's how it is. But you're going to pay taxes and insurance, attorney fees and stuff like that. So it could cost you about $30,000 on average if you go through probate.
Yeah.
It could, just depending on the size of everything. But if it's under $100,000 of numbers or whatever, there's no taxes or anything, or you don't even have to go through probate. But I'm sure there's more money in this house.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Like I said, another agent's listing.
Yeah, family agents list.
Yeah.
The issue that we want to talk about is time kills all deals. So accept it. When you write an offer, write it for 15 days, write it for 21 days and get it done. Don't do 30, 45, 60 just because you want to have some time. Make it fast. We can work fast. Us loan people can do things in 9 to 12 days as long as we get the appraisal in. That's the only thing that's the holdup. So if you pay for a rush appraisal of $150, you normally can get it in 4 days.
Yeah, I was going to say for people who are currently renters and they're writing non-contingent offers, unless the seller needs extra time in that escrow period, 30 days is no longer necessary.
No, do 21 days or sooner. That's why I tell them, do it, because a lot of them we got the contingencies. Then do 21 days or sooner. I don't care. And then just say, yes, if you can get it done, get it done. I have one right now that the listing agent came back and go, can you close this by the end of the month? Okay, that's 11 days. 5 of those days are 4 of them are a weekend, and the other one is a holiday.
Yeah,
I can do my best. It's all depending on the appraisal. That's the only issue, right? Whenever that, because it's FHA, it's not like it's going to get a 20% down and we have a waiver. It's FHA, and so, but unfortunately on this one, one of the people are getting money from her tribe to pay for her closing costs. and that's not going to happen in a week.
In that short period of time.
Yeah, that's the only holdup. So, but we'll get it done fast. They just wanted to protect the sellers who have a reverse mortgage, because on FHA, I don't know if you know this, but on FHA, it doesn't matter if you close on the 1st of the month or the 30th or any time in that month, you're going to pay a full month of interest.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So that's because when we did a ton of refinances, they're the only ones where you pay the full amount of interest. So if you fall over, if you can't close on the 30th or the 31st now and you fall on the 1st, guess what? They have to pay that full month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Good to know.
Yeah. Going forward.
I say lots of nuances with the lending that I've learned over the years, right?
Yeah. One thing about it is if you don't like it today, don't worry, it'll change tomorrow.
Yeah. As long as they don't add more taxes and fees and stuff, right?
Well, they're trying to take money away from you, so don't worry.
Always.
I mean, the stuff that let's move on. Death and taxes are two things you can't get away from, but you can vote them differently.
Yeah.
Not the death, but the taxes. Yeah. If you don't like the way it is now, you can always vote and make it better. Right?
Yep.
All right. Unless AI takes that over, and then we won't even have a chance.
Yeah, that's another rabbit hole.
Yeah. All right. I have anything else before we go?
No, that's it, man.
All right. Make it a great day, everybody. And thanks for watching. And if you like what we do here, just subscribe and reach out. Let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about.